Right, hi, welcome to the channel. My name's Pete. So originally I thought this channel might have been more about motorcycles than what it's actually been about. So you've probably not seen the bike for a while. Some of you that have watched the channel know that I crashed the bike and rebuilt it, front end rebuild, with a good friend helping me out with that. And I passed my test about 2 years ago, just over. I've been enjoying riding the bike, Kawasaki W800 2016 model. Quite a big, powerful bike if anybody knows about bikes. But this episode, we're going to be updating you on what's gone on with the bike. As you can see, look at that headlamp there. My handlebars are straight. I don't know if the wheel is. No, I've not crashed it again. I was out filming for another episode, and unfortunately I never got around to filming that episode because I went to go check out what I was going to do, and when I came back the motorbike had been stolen. That was on a Thursday. Then on the Sunday I got a phone call from the police to say that the bike had been found. Now the bike was stolen from in Leeds. It was locked up. These people come equipped. It was suggested to me that these people may have just happened to have seen me, spotted me, followed me, kept an eye on the bike till I disappeared, and then went into action as soon as I went out of sight. Whatever happened, the bike went. Obviously I was upset, mortified and gutted. It's the second vehicle I've had stolen. I've had one stolen in 2021, but that's the sign of the times we're living in, and I live in a major city. It has inspired me to maybe move out of Leeds, possibly to somewhere quieter, but crime's crime wherever you go. Just a bit of a higher risk when you're in a city, especially when it comes to things like these. I will show you around the bike. I'll show you what damage has been done and my plans. So the bike is going tomorrow. But back to the story. It was stolen on a Thursday. Police rung me to say the bike had been found. I spoke to the police officer who was at the scene where the bike was. He said he was a bike cop. He said, it don't look that bad, to be fair. I guess he has seen all kinds of things happen to these motorcycles when people steal them. So I kind of had my hopes up. I thought, well, I might be able to simply get it back on the road fairly cheaply and quickly. The bike got recovered by a company that the police used. I have nobody with a trailer or any facility or a van to pick a bike up for me. That cost me, I think that was £296. I had to pay for that. My insurance will cover it though. And then it went to a yard because they asked me if I wanted forensics doing, and they said, yes, we'll do forensics on the bike if you'll agree to it. I said, yeah, because if these people get caught, I'll press charges. I know that's unlikely, but it might have happened. So that was the Sunday. The Monday morning, I rang the company to make sure they'd retrieved the bike safely, to find out that the bike was on police hold, and when forensic were going to come and see it. They informed me that they don't know when forensic are going to see. The bike is not on hold, and it will be charged at £13 a day storage, chargeable to me. Potentially the insurance company would cover it, but there's no guarantee. So I rang the insurance company and they said they can't guarantee they'll cover it. So the next thing I did, I got the bike recovered to my property. And here we are now. It's been here for 2 weeks while I've been sorting out with the insurance company. So the insurance company have agreed to pay full cost of the bike, the value of what one of these are if I were to buy one on the second-hand market today. The excess on the bike is £700. I know. So I won't get that back, but I will be claiming back for the storage and for the delivery of the bike at this house and the recovery for it. The insurance company will pay out once they've got the bike. They are coming to collect that tomorrow, so this is the last time you'll be seeing this bike. I'll walk around, I'll show you what damage they've done when these people take these bikes. I'll be sad to see it go, of course, because I've had this bike a while. It's my first bike, I got used to it. I really pretty much planned on keeping hold of it and getting a second-hand 125 or something as a everyday bike. But now, I don't need a bike that's 800 cc's, to be quite honest with you. I think I'm going to be looking at maybe getting a smaller bike, something, a 350cc Royal Enfield, looking at one of the classics. Having said that, I'm also looking at a fairly old Suzuki 650 SV. Reliable bikes. Bit more power than a 350, but I don't need the power. You don't need to be going 80 and 90 miles an hour. Most of my mileage is commuting. So, and I love the look of an Enfield 350, so potentially that's what I'm looking at. From where you are, you can see the headlights out of line. I've straightened the bars up for me where I'm sat. It's not in line with the yoke at the top. I'll show you that from this angle when we get here. You can see the headlights out, and you're probably looking at the forks, and the wheels probably out of line to what I'm doing. Bars have been shoved forward. They've drilled out the petrol cap to try and get that open so they could refill it. I had just filled the bike up before they stole it, so they got it with a full tank of petrol. They've been off-roading it, riding it. The back tyre was nearly new. Multiple areas of damage around the bike. What I'll do is I'll get the camera and I'll talk you through what I've seen as obvious stuff. Because they've been jumping it and ramping it and wheel spinning it, there's a potential that the forks are bent. And if that's the case, that's even more expense what I've not priced into it. So for the obvious stuff, let's bring you over and have a look. Now, when the bike was stolen, I had my back box on. I've taken the rack off, but the back box was stolen and it had my camera equipment in there, so I can't film anything at the moment. But if we look at the back, license plate has been ripped off straight away, no doubt. And we can see the muck on the bike. You can see here, great lumps of mud. I kept this bike immaculate, and all the mud on the floor where it's all come out from underneath here. So I've now opened the garage door so you can see it a little bit better. It is filthy. Yes, that's only muck, but we've got layers upon layers of it. The bike's been on its side. We've got scuffs here. That's bent. If we look at that, you can see this one off to the angle. Petrol tank is not dented, but that's where they've taken this out and they've tried to get there. Bars in line, but there's nothing in line. Look at the top yoke, it's all over the place. Something's out, something's bent. Wing mirror gone, or bar mirror, that's there. Clock is cracked in the glass, and I did bring a torch with me to show you. You can see angle grinder marks there along that clock, and they've caught this one as well, where they've actually angle grinded out the barrel in here. And then you put a key down that hole, a screwdriver in that hole, turn it and it starts. You can see scratches and scuffs along there. They've had something along the exhaust because that is all like melted plastic. You see the muck on it there. Back to this side, which is fairly clean, but there are scratches down there where they've probably been going through bushes and trees with it. If I show you in there, that's all the muck that's down here coming out. And the back tyre there, squared off, almost bald. Going to the front of the bike again. The bars have gone forward, but I don't know if they're bent or not. They could easily be bent. And again, you see the melt on the clocks. You can see here where they've cut that through with an angle grinder. And that's what it's supposed to look like. This chrome ring's all scratched up. This has got angle grinder marks all over it. I mean, that was brand new. And then you can see in there where they've been trying to angle grind and cut. Now I don't know if the forks are bent. Very difficult to tell while they're on the bike. It looks like they are actually. You need to remove them. No buckle on the front wheel, I've checked that. And that is what the bike looks like. I'll set you back up on your stand. There you have it, that's my bike, it's going. I've priced up what I can see of obvious things. Now that's not taking into account the engine covers, the peg bracket and the damage down the side of the vehicle or a back tyre. Just the front end damage, which is obvious, excluding forks bending, if they are bent. And it's around £1,700 for parts alone. That's why it's an insurance write-off. The bike does start, it does run, I can put a key in there and it will go. Or a screwdriver, should I say, in there and it will start and switch off. But it's a financial write-off. It's not worth fixing because an insurance company won't pay me £1,700 or £2,000 and say, there you go, there's your parts. They want a mechanic to do this correctly. And if it's me, I'd want a Kawasaki mechanic to do this correctly. So therefore it's a financial write-off. It's going to a company in Doncaster. They're coming to pick it up tomorrow. I won't be here. I've left the key with one of my neighbours. They're going to let them in to take the bike. I've got a lot of videos made at the moment, so there's still videos coming on the channel. I've got a car to get around in. It's not a bike, sadly, but I'll be looking forward to getting a new motorcycle. When I do, I'll tell you all about that. So in the meantime, please hit the link, buy me a coffee, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, and I'll let you know as soon as I get a bike. See you later.